How's it, everybody? Welcome back to Coral Reeches. It's a beautiful cloudy spring day, and we are looking down at the development we did in the last video where we put down this giant parking building, but this is being used as some sort of unique hotel or something in the region, and we also got a Ferris wheel all the way in the back. This entire area was developed out, extending out into the sea, so there was quite a bit of land reclamation that we did over here, and the whole point of this was to create a sort of mid-density living area that is a mix of residential spaces as well as stuff that I consider hotels, like this, like that. Even though that is actually a school, in my mind I operate that as a hotel. So with that, we reclaimed quite a bit. We built out all of the space, and now I need to try and fill out this little hill slash flat spot over here. And as you can see, it is quite sizable. And I've had a couple of comments and feedback from people around what they would like to see here. And some people say a park, others say that, you know, a residential development along here would actually make more sense because it is so close to the downtown that some people would pay quite a pretty penny to develop out this area. And I thought that is actually not a bad idea. That sounds kind of realistic as well. But for today, I'm not going to develop this just yet. I think I want to simmer down on the different options that I have, from a park to somebody mentioned an observatory up there to the residential developments to all of these different options. I'm going to simmer on it for a bit, and then I'll come back to this probably in the next build or the one after. For today, I want to turn my attention to this spot over here. Now, when I built this new highway that is cutting through the land over here, I mentioned that I wanted to put a small town over here. Back, I don't know, when we first started the series, I had put some industrial development over here, and we cleared this out a couple of episodes ago. Well, it's probably been at least a good 10 episodes ago now since we cleared this out, so as to allow the land to recover nicely so that we can do our development. Now, if I look at the land pollution, as you can see, all of this place has now cleared out, which is great. So now this place is clean enough for people to be able to live on. Now we do have this industrial pocket over here, as well as this, the dairy house over here, but I think those are fine. By the time I get here, I'll probably start blending the town out into maybe some low density residentials and farmlands around here, because we've also got a bit of a hill over here. We're not going to develop out this entire space flat out. We'll probably bring a couple of farmlands that just end at the base of the hill, and then allow this to serve as a nice green space that separates the main town from the industrial stuff over on that side. The type of town I want to build is going to be a standard town, probably very similar to this, something that is just basic with a small little downtown around here is what I'm thinking, mid to high, mid density probably, and then we will convert the rest of this into low density row houses that just surround the entire place. That is my thinking, right? And the reason why I want to build out this town is because to plan out what I want to do here is going to take me a bit of time, and right now I think I only have about 3 days before I'm set to leave for Finland, because I've got a Finland trip coming up. So in the 2 or 3 days that I have, I need to find 2 days to do the building and a day to do the editing, and I thought this will probably be my best option. So we're gonna go for a nice quick set of road layouts that we're gonna draw out all over this space, and then once it's all done, we will jump into, I don't know, probably services and stuff, but I'll probably talk a bit more about that before we jump into it. All right, everybody, let's get building. Alrighty, let us take a quick stock of where we are at. So we've laid out the main part of the town with downtown and surrounding suburb. I am considering extending things out into this area, so I'm wanting to reclaim a little bit of land here and build something here, but I'm not exactly sure what yet. But I definitely want to do that because I like the idea of there being development on this side and on that side of the highway. And that's why I have left this road that's just cutting under the highway over here. And if there's time, we'll go and we will reclaim some land and we'll do some development over on that side. This is where I plan on basically putting mostly farmland. This area will probably be a mix of housing and tiny little makeshift farms and stuff to blend into the dairy house sitting over on this side. And then I think, yeah, generally simple, basic grid, non-grid layout that has been set up over here. What I want to do now is to just get down a couple of amenities, and then I think I'll be good to start zoning. So without a doubt, my biggest need is education, namely or mostly the small elementary school. Now, fortunately, I'm creeping my way back up, and that is because of the elementary school that I put down over in the main city. But also something that I did off camera is I went back to Old Mills Town and I cleared out all of the houses because all these houses had upgraded to their maximum capacity. I cleared all of them out and I put them back down to level 1 houses, and then I locked them all there. I like the look of this better than what it did before. I don't know if I have a screenshot, I'll put it up, but the way it looked like before, they were just too big for this place and it lost the feel that I wanted. So I went back, cleared out all of them, made them all level 1, and I think this looks a lot better because now this captures the essence of the town that I originally built some eons ago. So because of that also, my population has gone down to just over 100,000, and that has really helped with my education need, which is now starting to level out a bit. The only thing we don't have right now is a university, and the time will come when I will build that. But for now, I want to get in some of the city services, and then we will get around to building out everything else. And I'll start off by putting an elementary school down right here. I think this should definitely help with my demand. I don't know why this is happening. Like even with Anarchy off, Anarchy was not off, but when I was building the roads, I kept on having to delete the trees because they just wouldn't clear when I put down a road. See that? Even with Anarchy off, my trees don't get deleted. That's quite annoying. Sad thing is that I don't know why that is happening. So I have to go in and delete trees manually after I have placed down my buildings and, well, my roads mostly. But yeah, that's kind of annoying. If anybody knows why that is happening, please let me know in the comments. So this gives us a capacity of 400, I think. Oh man, I had hoped I would be able to upgrade here, but I can't. Oh, that is so sad. Let's see if we can put one on the side. Oh, so close. So close. You know what? I'm going to turn on Anarchy. And if I remember right, if I put the building here and it intersects with the road, that stuff behind the building should get deleted, right? So if I plonk that there, okay, that's all right. We can live with that. That's not too bad. That's okay. So now we have a capacity of 500 for our elementary school. It's obviously not anywhere near enough, but I'm thinking I can grab this, and with Anarchy, at least I can go ahead and plonk down, let's say, one more on this side. So we are making use of all the wonderful features of this mod. We can put another one over on this side, which I think should also help. And then, yeah, overall, they all add to the capacity. We're at 700 now, and I think that should be good enough for now. And let me just clear out these trees, which just refuse to get deleted when I place a building. And there's so many trees, oh my word. All right, so we've got some elementary school capacity, but I want to add another one to it because I want to make sure that I am meeting my demand as best as I can, and we're almost there. So I figured if I take this elementary school and plonk it here, this can serve as some kind of a hotel in this town. As usual, it's the only thing that I can think of for this specific building. And then it's, I guess, the only real big tourist attraction thing in the town. And we can go ahead, we can modify the roof color to something else. I think that looks a kind of way. Let's copy, actually no, let's go into that, and then I should be able to do it with all of the others. Thank you so much for the comments in the last video, because I thought I had done that in the last video, but it wasn't working, but it was my bad. I hadn't done it properly, and now I can change everything, and now that looks like a completely different building. I'm not sure what changes the color of this though, which is the unfortunate part. I don't think it's none of these. And is it this one? Maybe. No, that's that one. I'm not a fan of that. So let's leave it the way it was. All right. So we've got a hotel in the town that will help us with our elementary, and that's all that matters. And look at that, people. We are in the green. It's only going to be for a short time, but we are in the green. That's all that matters. I'm not going to put high school in this town. I think just the elementary schools is more than enough. And then we'll get at least a clinic down somewhere. I think this clinic might just do the job, or it's actually too big. But this one is also too small, and I don't like the way this specific one looks. So I want to grab... Ooh, could it sit there? Maybe this might work. Oh, these trees are going to be a little bit annoying. They are going to be annoying. Will that work? I think that works. If we'll just develop around it, and that should be good. Then what we're missing now is police. Now police, at least now we've got this nice small one, which I think it's a beautiful little asset. I've been wanting to use this for quite a while. So I'm gonna stick this one down over in this corner, but I want it right up against the road, like over here, like so, and boom. And this should then cover our police need for this area. I don't believe this has upgrade. No, it does not have an upgrade capability. That is sad. So we've got a police station, and the only thing that is missing now is a nice tiny little firehouse, which we can find somewhere to squeeze it into, but I'm not quite sure where. So I think I'll just put it right here against the main road, and it's central enough to the areas. Ooh, it's central enough around all the stuff that we're going to be building in the town. So I think this spot right here should be perfectly fine. So with that, we have all of the main city services in: police, clinic, fire, and we've got schooling as well. Well, it's only elementary school, but I think that's gonna do for now. I think we're in a position where I can start zoning. Maybe we can get the core of the downtown built up, and then we'll see how then we blend all of that into the low density residentials that are gonna sit around the side. Alrighty, let me take a bit of a pause here because I think I've laid down a lot of the buildings the way I want them to be. And going on from this point on, I'm going to be employing quite a bit of zoning just so that everything now hopefully moves a little bit faster. So here's the town. We've got the core center of the town with a couple of tall buildings, and then thereafter the vast majority of it is the one by whatever row houses mixed in with commercial. Try to line the commercial along the main streets. So this avenue, this road going down here, and this one are the ones that have all the commercial buildings. And I think I might just squeeze something funky into this little weird corner over here and probably have some more commercial on this side as I start transitioning into all of the suburbs and the farmlands and so on. I think it's looking good. It is a basic town. I think it's tied together nicely. Oh, here's another area. Is I wanted this place to be a sort of oldish town, just a place where we still have a number of the old European style buildings that are sitting over here, and it's nothing too special, just a bit of old town stuff going. So yeah, I think it's coming together quite nicely. I'm happy with the way the town is shaping up. I would love to fill out this area right now, but I think I'm still going to defer that a little bit more and rather move over onto this side. Something I was looking at though is this building over here. So this is our clinic, right? And I can upgrade the clinic to have an additional wing. However, I would love to rather have buildings on this side, and I feel like cars barely use this parking. So I look at this thing and I'm like, this is a complete waste, and I'd rather have something like the one by whatever row houses that sit along here. But I don't know if that will completely obliterate things when it comes to the clinic, but I'm gonna give this a try. So I'm gonna go into the sub buildings remover, and I'm going to remove these parking lots over here. And if I can go into maybe the segments as well, I don't know if I can remove these segments. Oh, these are the foot ones, and these are the main ones. Oh no, it's this one. If I remove this, oh, I can't. It's not letting me remove it. That is kind of sad. Okay, well, it's fine. Without the parking here, nobody is going to park the side. I've put a fence here, but I think this is something that I can probably remove. I think it's a network. Yes. So I can remove that, and then I can go ahead and look for my 1x3s, and maybe let's use the North American ones. And if I enable snapping, I think I can put these over here without messing things up too badly. And I think that works. I think that works, people. The ambulances will probably still come in here and move through over on this side, but it's not the end of the world. And with the parking spaces gone, no cars are gonna park here, and I can go ahead, grab a fence, and then have this. Then let me just hide, where is it? Hide all the markers. And then with this, I can then fence this area off a certain way, maybe up to that point there, and then connect it up to the building over here. And since we're not going to be sitting and just staring at ambulances driving in and out, I think that works perfectly. And this for me is a better fit than just that big empty parking lot that sits over there. That, by the way, is one of my biggest gripes with this game, is the fact that a lot of the parkings that come with buildings are hardly ever used, especially on the commercials. And if we could see more of them being used, I'll probably not have to build so many parkings because these are just so empty. But anyways, that is that. I'm gonna start filling out this area. We're gonna start moving into the low density residential space. I think we will start off right over here with some small commercial, probably build out this place as well, and then we'll start getting all of the residential places in. Alrighty, let's take stock of where we are at, because I'm starting to begin the transition into the farmlands, and I think it's best we take a break and just have a look at exactly where we are at, everything we've built. The only thing I'm not liking right now is that this area is a bit too open. So I want to keep places like this really dense. I do feel though like these sort of areas are an opportunity missed right now for building like parks and little hiking trails and, you know, paths along the river. But I think this is something that I'll get to at a later point in time, as I'm right now just trying to get the town into place, and then maybe we can come back and convert some of these slightly greener areas into like footpaths that allow you to walk a nice trail around the entire town, or jog around the entire town, or whatever your taste may be. So this is where we are at. This is mostly the low density residential areas. This is about as far as it's going to go. I think I'm gonna stop the expansion of the residential here, and then just start transitioning. We'll probably have a little bit more on this side, and then get into the farmlands over in that space. I was considering doing something more with the shoreline, but I'm also liking at the same time the ragged look of it. Instead of something being as smooth as it is so that I can build things like a beach, I thought I would make it more ragged and just sort of give the vibe that not every place is conducive for the riverside development. And so I'm deciding to rather employ this ragged look more than a smooth look, and then just see how it shapes up overall, how the entire thing comes together. And if I like it, I will probably do it elsewhere. If I don't, I will probably stop. I will see. But having different types of coastlines for different types of towns, I think is a nice variety. And overall, when I look at it, I think everything is coming together. We've got all our towns interconnected, easy to get onto the expressway here that just connects up every single thing. I still need to come back to this area and sort of build it all out, but I think my immediate attention now is going to be to try and get some farmland in and around this area and just blend the town into this industrial area that is sitting over there. And then I think we might be completing this town. I'm not sure if I'm gonna extend things out over into this side just yet, because I think I left a little hill here. Yeah, I do have a little hill here, and it serves as a nice buffer to the dairy farm. But I'm gonna have to see. I think once I start building out this area, I'll see how everything flows naturally, and then I'll let that sort of dictate whether or not I will expand a little bit further into the space. Alrighty, let's look at all of this. So I finally got some nice good farms going up this mountain or this little hill, which I think is fantastic, with just a couple of barns in the background. I think the only thing that I do need to do for things like this is to just have some kind of farming stuff just all over the place. My only concern is the fact that these places are on hills, and so I'm worried that if I put things here, it will look a little bit odd and it will not be, what's the word, sitting nice and flat on the landscape, which it's generally not nice. But also, when I just leave it plain like that, it's not really the best. So yeah, I'm kind of torn between whether to place things or not. But in the end, here I am. I'm busy putting things. Everything I've just said has been completely nullified. So there we go. And then maybe just here, last one, if I can get, I think there's something for fertilizers or something like that. Yes. So if we can put that there, find me a nice, what are these? Tractor trailers. But this is like, it's nothing. Anyways, we can put some of these down, and let me just put the last tractor right over on this side at a bit of an angle, and then boom. We can consider this place done with beautiful mountains that are sitting at the base. Beautiful mountains. What am I saying? Beautiful farms sitting at the base of this hill. I think that has come together very, very beautifully. And this entire area is just all starting to look very nice as you see the pockets of settlements that are just there with the surrounding farmlands, which I think adds so much beauty to all of this. I love it. I love it. I love it. So with that, everybody, I've had the benefit of editing all of this out before I actually finished this building, and I know for a fact now that the video is getting quite long. So I think I'm going to call it quits over here. In the next video, we'll probably kick things off by finishing off the town, so its surroundings around here, and maybe blend it in a little bit better with the dairy farm as well as this industrial pocket. I think these areas being left the way they are don't quite sit right with me, so I want to definitely build out this area. See, I've got some roads here, but in my mind, these should also just be a couple of simple farms that just blend together, as well as over here to merge this area in with the small little settlement over here. Probably reclaim a little bit of land and then convert these also into few pockets of farms, and then Aspen and what will now be, I have no idea, will be considered complete. I see I did put a district around this area before, so what I want to do is let me just adjust this district quickly so that it covers the main town, and then we shall call it quits for the day. Right, and that's about it. I've just left it sunny side because this was sunny side downs. But if you've got a name suggestion for this area, for, I don't know, if you've got a nice backstory or something, just a name, drop it in the comments. We will rename this place to wherever it is. So with that, everyone, I think we are done for today. We've got, oh man, I love the way the region is just coming together so nicely. I think it adds, it's just a beautiful element of seeing the cities, the towns, the farmland in the surrounding area, and everything just blending together. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And the spring, I keep saying spring when I mean to say autumn. The autumn times definitely also make the colors just pop a whole lot more. And it's a season that I need to use a bit more of. But it's always nice when you enjoy the green summer and then you have a nice autumn time for a video or two. I think it's just so beautiful. Anyways, everybody, that is it. We are done. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment of what you enjoyed, what you would like to see. If you've been here a while and you haven't hit a subscribe, please go ahead, give it a smash, turn on the notifications so that you do not miss a single video going forward. Big shout out to all of my patrons and YouTube members for all the extra support you continue to choose to show the channel. It is truly appreciated. Enjoy the cinematics of our town and region, and I shall catch you all in the next one. Cheers, everybody.